Hi kids, it's Mr. Cohen here again. Well, we had quite a storm this evening. It's quieting down now. Anyway, over the last day or so, you guys were reading about Mansa Musa and how we believe he was probably the richest man ever on the planet over time. And we realized also that his wealth was due to the amazing resources that he had at hand, the gold mines in the Kingdom of Mali, and the trade that was taking place that he taxed that took place within his empire too, especially the trade going on between the salt and gold merchants. Well, before um, I go to Google Maps, I just want to show you, you've already read um, this section, the Empire of Ghana. I'll put a link to this in with my announcement to the textbook. You read about the Empire of Ghana, and instead of reading here about later on reading about Mali here, I gave you a video and some other activities to do instead on Mali. Today we are returning to the textbook. We're going to look at later empires, but we'll just focus on this new kingdom that comes about called Songhai. Here we go. It's here, Songhai. And we see that, as it says here, even as the Empire of Mali was reaching its height, a rival power was growing in the area. And that rival power is Songhai, the kingdom of Songhai. They had a capital at the city of Gao, which I'll show you soon in Google Maps. And the people of Songhai also participated in the salt and gold trade, which had made Mali and earlier Ghana very wealthy. Um, in an earlier time period, Mansa Musa had actually conquered the Songhai, but later the Songhai rebel and they do regain their freedom. Um, they're led by a gentleman called Sunni Ali, and later on, and they do start to expand their empire. And then later on, we also have a leader called Sunni Baru. His name changes over time. If well, actually, there's a rebellion that takes place under a gentleman called Muhammad Toure, and there's what's going on as well. A lot of the merchants are trading with the Muslim world, and Mali, if you remember, under Mansa Musa, very much started to become faithful followers of Islam. And not all of the people, though. Some people were still what we call animist, and the people would worship nature. They believed there were spirits throughout nature, and then we call it animism. Now, some of the leaders decide that they don't want um, to trade so much with Muslims, and they don't support the Muslim religion. And what happens is the traders start to feel that they might lose wealth because they'll lose contact with Muslim traders. So there's a rebellion that takes place. However, under a gentleman called Askia the Great, uh, the kingdom becomes more stable. And under Askia the Great, again, just like in Mali, there's big support for universities, schools, libraries, and places of worship for Muslims called mosques. And cities like Jannah and Timbuktu and the city of Gao become major trading centres and learning centres. Songhai, however, does fall. It doesn't last forever. It only lasts for about 100 years as a powerful empire, and it's invaded by people from the north who have, surprisingly, superior weaponry, and they actually have guns, and this leads to the downfall of Songhai. These people come in from Morocco on the North African coast, and eventually not just the invasions by the Moroccans, but also changing trade patterns lead to the weakening of Songhai. Europeans start to come into Africa. They're already on the coastlines, and they are beginning to ship enslaved people from Africa to the New World. And the ports on the Atlantic are becoming more important rather than cities like Timbuktu. So this is where we see Songhai start to lose power and the empire does come to an end. So after you've done that reading, all I'd like you to do is you're going to be doing, let me just open this up. You are going to be doing an assignment in Ed Puzzle, and you'll be reading about the Songhai Empire. Songhai Empire. And there's just a few questions. It's a pretty short video. And here we see Mali today, and this is the country of Mali, and not the Mali Empire from previous times. Mauritania, Mali, Niger, Chad. We're going across the area here which we call the Sahel, which is south of the Sahara, further north, and the savanna grasslands further south. So the Sahel region is this region here, the one that I showed you the other day, where in the rainy times it's much more green, and with droughts it starts becoming much more like desert. And Gao is a city that's also located in the Niger River, so a major trading centre. The river is also important for travel and for sustenance. Okay, all right, kids, I wish you the best of luck, and just work on your Ed Puzzle questions. This is the last assignment, and start getting all those missing assignments in if you've not got them in already. Thanks very much, because let me know if you've got something from way back when that needs that you've entered, because some of you are going back a long time to catch up. I wish you all the best anyway, kids. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much. Bye now.